Yeah, I mean, I told the team afterwards, like, I'm not a real emotional guy. I think I feed off focus and determination, and ask the same out of the guys. But to give up a goal with 15 minutes left in the national championship game against, you know, a team that was playing very well, to score with 4 minutes left and then overtime, I don't know, it put me to my knees. You know, after just about 10 seconds of celebration, I couldn't take it. I was on overload a bit emotionally. So yeah, that'll have a special place in my heart.
Guys, you've been here before in 8 games. There's overtime 4 times, and double overtime in the first game or in the few games before. Just tell us about what it means to be in an overtime game and coming back with a deficit goal late in the game, and just how you guys played just in the final 15 minutes and then
I mean, for us, the way we train in the summer, we have killer summer workouts. Brings us into the beginning of the season, and like in the overtime games, we just rely on those summer workouts and how hard we train and practice, and yeah, we just rely on that, and it fuels our belief to win the game. So.
I think it's kind of stressful. To be honest, I mean,
Hey Michelle,
dude, back there, you can make one mistake and game's over. Like, got a good defense in front of me, and I go in this overtime's pretty confident they're gonna step up. Like, it's fun winning overtime. I mean, it's stressful.
I mean, when we scored, I thought we had a good chance to win overtime, sure. I mean, based on who we have and how we play and the depth that we have and the level of fitness and our ability to keep the ball in there, and yeah, I thought we had the ability to score in overtime.
Kind of taking off that question, Coach, can you talk about, you play, I think, 3 players today that weren't even dressed yesterday, or also, if going with that, you know, you take out Jordan Sands, who's a center back,
yeah.
You put in Dan Squire,
yeah.
30 seconds later, Dan gets, I mean.
Then Dan gets sub back, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I'm not trying to say you're a genius, but, I mean, was it, at that point, were you guys kind of in, like, all hands on deck mode?
Yeah, sure, no. I mean, we wanted to continue to play with discipline, but, you know, that's how Trinity lost 2-0. They gave up a late goal, and they were pressing hard, and Lynchburg countered and scored. And so, yeah, that's the equivalent of nice hockey. You pull the goalkeeper. So we played with 3 backs, 3 midfielders, and 4 forwards. You know, that's what Oshkosh did to us yesterday. It just went the other way. We were able to score a goal, and then we broke them, and then it was over, right? Because it was 2-1, and they played with 4 forwards, 3 backs, and 3 midfielders. We did the same thing. We just happened to get a goal. In regard to the 3 guys that weren't on the dress list that got to play today, you know, everybody matters in this program. Everybody can contribute. What I thought was going to be hard was to play a back-to-back game in heat and bring the intensity and passion in today's game. And so I thought those guys could. 2 were seniors that would just give their right leg to play. Are they as good as the guys that didn't get to play? No, I think the freshmen that weren't on the dress list are more talented than the seniors that got to play. But what I was looking for was a passion and a drive and for the guys, the team, to match their passion and desire and fight to be able to get that opportunity to play.
Did you, I guess, what did you guys collectively, coaches as well, think of the first however much time before they scored, whether it's 60 some minutes? I mean, were you surprised by their ability to pressure all over the field? Were you not displeased with your play? Were you happy with how you're playing? Just overall feel of the game up until you got down 1-0.
Well, I mean, I'll say our second group was in when they scored, and they were all over. Our second group was passing the ball. They were creating scoring opportunities. And I had my starting group, you know, on the line ready to go in, and my second group was playing great. They played awesome. They, you know, made some mistakes in the midfield. That guy got past 2 defenders on the dribble and hit a brilliant shot upper 90. So up until that point, I felt really good about how we were playing. I was excited about getting my starting group on the field.
mean, they were playing really well. Like, you could just tell they were keeping the ball in their half a lot. Like, we talk about playing 10v8, which is just holding the ball in their half, and our first group was struggling with that a little bit, and they really picked us up and held them in there and tired them out for us a little bit. It was unlucky that they gave up the goal because they were playing really well before that.
I was a little surprised about how well they were able to keep up with our speed of play, because like a lot of teams can't really keep up with our subs coming in and just running around, like especially in the second game in a 2-game set. Like I thought I was very surprised in Lynchburg, but they were in very good shape, and they kept up with us, and I was a little surprised by that. But I mean, at no point did I think we weren't capable of putting in a goal, because I thought we were outplaying like 100%.
Peace, can you give us a little bit about your goal early on? And I think late in the second half, you kind of had the exact same run in the middle of the field. You took a shot and it went wide. Can you give us that same thought about in the overtime, how you scored that goal, and what your thought process was, kind of going to its goal?
Run fast. That's what I was thinking. I got the ball from D Black, I think. Took a touch forward, and Danny started making a run out, and luckily that defender went right with him. And then there was another defender coming, and Danny made that space, and I just cut it. That defender was coming real quick, and just found back the net.
You've done this so many times before. You're confident in your shot, like in scoring game goals. You're confident where you're going to
I mean, I wasn't really thinking at all. Just running fast and shot the ball.
So what about heading into overtime? Collectively, what was said, what was the, I guess, feel in the huddle? I mean, was it good? I mean, I assume confidence was high, or was it not? Because we're fortunate to be there in the first place. I mean, what was it like before overtime started?
I mean, we had adrenaline, we had a rush from that goal, which definitely helped us, and we just wanted to make sure that we left everything on the field. But yeah, I definitely think that we had more confidence just because we got that last goal, and we were able to have the momentum going into overtime.
The last question I have for the whole group, if anybody else has any, 8th national championship, the thing that gets me is 8-0 in championship games. I mean, don't kid yourselves, we all know it. Before the game started, you guys know it's 7-0, and this is the 8th. Talk a little bit about that. I mean, what is it about Messiah soccer? Here we are again, and we say the same thing as we did last year, and I have a hard time getting over the fact that this doesn't happen. So what is it, do you, all four of you, think that allows this to happen? 8-0 in national championship games, never been beaten, you're down 1-0 with 5 minutes left, or 15 minutes left. You know, why? Why does it happen?
I can't speak for Coach Brad, but Coach McCarty does a great job of getting us in shape. And like I was saying earlier, to be able to run like two straight days, just be able to run for 90 minutes, like, and especially with our depth, like it's hard to match, and like I think that has a big thing, a big part of it. Like last year, I felt like we were just in better shape than Calvin, and then this year, I mean, I was surprised that Lynchburg was able to run with us, but I still feel like we're the more in shape team, and we just have the depth. And I just feel like that's a big part of being able to do that. So, I mean,
yeah, I would definitely say our depth is probably the biggest factor in that, because most teams on this Friday, they had to play 80, 90 minutes, most players, and our starters play max like 60. And that extra break is a lot when you play the next day. It helps your legs recover faster, and you just can work harder the next day than most other players can because they played so much the day before.
Coach McCarty, is there more to it? I mean, is there some sort of a belief system that's instilled that makes this keep happening? I mean, what makes it keep happening besides just depth?
I mean, I think the foundational principles and core values that Dave Brandt left us with has helped me as a coach be able to maintain the culture and environment of the program, and it goes on lots of things. I think it has to do with depth. I think it has to do with how we play, our style of soccer. I think it has to do with our mentality, and you know, whether you have belief in there or focus or determination. You know, I think it's a purpose-driven program, and you know, we want to be the best place in the country to play soccer. And you know, for me, I never assume I'm ever going to win a game. You know, that's why I'm stressful when I have to play the last place team in our conference, because I never assume we're going to win. Now, when the whistle blows, I expect to win. And what's funny is that after big games, I'm oftentimes surprised that we win. But you know, I think it's the preparation that goes in beforehand, and you know, that's what gets you through the difficult times, because there's a lot of times that are stressful where you don't know if you're going to win, and there's lots of question marks, yet I think there's a foundation that gives us something to stand on when the waters are rough.
Tom, describe Lynchburg's pressure throughout the first half and kind of how it stemmed the teams overall.
I mean,
kind of stifled it.
yeah, I mean, they worked very hard in the middle, and I was a little surprised by that because I thought they'd be more tired after yesterday's tough game against Bowdoin. But, I mean, they did a great job of slowing us down in the middle, making us go wide. There wasn't a lot of room in there. They were always on our backs, never really had time. So, I mean, I thought they did a really good job in the middle today. They did really hard for us, that's for sure.
Yeah, they shifted hard. When we would break their pressure, they would drop in and shift hard side to side. It just, there wasn't much space to be had.
It seemed that there were quite a few moments in the first half where you collected the ball and were trying to move the ball throughout from side to side. What were your thoughts on how you guys can regain possession as a team?
I mean, I think we just needed to play our style, just play the way we do, and not try and just kick the ball up the field to our forwards. We needed to keep possession and work our way up the field instead of just trying the long ball over the top and letting them regroup and come back at us. I think the more we had the ball, it was hard for them on defense and we tire them out. So we just tried to keep it and pass it through the middle and get it out wide and get crosses in.
Obviously, how did that goal, your first goal, affect the overall atmosphere of the game and possibly affect you guys in Lynchburg at the same time?
I mean, it's an adrenaline rush when we got that tying goal. I mean, we were all tired before that, and then you get that goal and you just get another burst of energy that you can play with from then on out. And I think it really helped us in overtime. We were confident after that we were going to win the game. And I think that was important.
I gotta ask, because I don't think anybody else. I'm from the side, so I can ask this. From my vantage point up top, it looked like Dana might have got away with a little something on that goal. I mean, you know, the Lynchburg guys were completely classy about it. They said the official didn't see it that way, and they refused to blame it. In your perspective, did you guys see any extracurricular activity before the goal? I mean,
you know, I think you know, the physical contact that occurred. You know, if it's at midfield, I don't know if it necessarily gets called, but when it's right in front of the goal mouth, that it could have been a foul. Sure. I mean, you know, it's a physical game, and you know, you have to be able to shield and fight for your space, and you know, I think he did that. I'd have to look on tape if it was a foul or not, but you know, I think another ref could have called a foul. Yeah.
You gotta give us your thoughts about like the rest of the senior class, and this being your last game, your third national championship in 4 years to the Final Four. Kind of give us like your overall over 4 years that you've been here, and just like the overall senior class and what this means for you guys and coaching and coaching.
I mean, it's an unbelievable experience. I can't really put it into words. We grew through these 4 years together, became best friends, and hang out all the time together. I mean, we live together. It was awesome to just fight with these guys for 4 years and just play our hearts out for each other. And I mean, that's what it means to me. Just to play for this team is just to work for each other and work for God. So it's been an incredible experience.
I mean, I'll say something about, you know, the seniors. I mean, for us, you know, I've talked about this before in regard to opportunities to practice and opportunities to get better. And these guys in 4 years have been able to maximize every opportunity Division III has allowed them to practice. And, you know, that means, you know, 4 Final Fours, well, you get to practice all those weeks, and you just get to maximize your opportunity to be together, spend time together, and get better. And it's you know, I think a testament to these guys, and you know, for me, that's what's awesome. That's what's brilliant about what they've accomplished, is the number of practices they've been able to claim, and the opportunity to improve and get better. That's what I think is special.
What happened to make that save? I think that Subcheck had, that you were able to clear off the line at overtime.
Was it head ball? Is that what it was?
Off throwing.
Yeah.
Gosh, that guy can throw a ball, huh? It's a frozen rope. My word.
He's on you in some places yourself in there. Anyway, Barry.
Here's me.
What went through your mind as that was coming? What did you have to do to make that save?
Well, ever since I got here, they've been stressing, the goalkeeper coaches, Sean and Schwantz, have been stressing on me footwork, and that's something that I struggle with coming in. And the last 2 years, it's something I've been really trying to focus on. Like, I don't know, last year, that time, or even a couple weeks ago, that time, I probably just would have just tried to dive and get there, but I got it ingrained in my head now to move my feet and just get to the spot to make a save. And I got my body to a good spot, and then reactions just helped me to get to it. I mean, it's been great coaching, and I mean, I couldn't see myself making that save like a couple weeks ago, but it happened today.
Yeah, Aaron Schwartz earned the pittance that I paid him.